Hi everyone, it's me again, Chanarfi Talorete, and for today, we will tackle about the friction. So, what is friction? Friction is a force between two surfaces that are sliding or trying to slide across each other. It always works in the direction opposite to the direction in which the object is moving or trying to move. In short, it is a resistive force. So, in friction, there are types of it. So, the first is the dry friction, second is the fluid friction, and the third is the internal friction. So, first we will talk about the dry friction. So, in dry friction, no fluids involved. Second is the fluid friction. So, in fluid friction, the force resists motion either within the fluid itself or another medium moving through the fluid. So for example, it's the pipe or canal. So in canal, huwag magi ang tubig, muhinay jud siya kaysa sa water na imo ra idityo buo or hiwat. And it's because of the surface. So diha na ang friction. So the internal friction is a force resisting motion between the objects making a solid material. So example for this is a metal which is changed by either pounding it into another shape or it being melted down really hot till it melts and changes its shape. So, in dry friction, it has two types, the static friction and the kinetic friction. So, in static friction, has no movement. It has equation of static frictional force maximum value of mu sub s times the normal force. So in kinetic, friction has movement. So its equation is coefficient of kinetic friction times normal force. So now we took up to the example. So if it is the surface and it is the box which has 500 Newton or its weight, so if you have to force it into 100 Newton or P equals to 100 Newton, this is the normal force and it is the friction. So it is a rough surface. Mu sub s is equal to 0.50, which is the static coefficient of 0.5. So we will use the equilibrium. So maximum of frictional force is equals to 250 Newton. So in summation, we use this P must be equal to frictional force, or frictional force is equals to 100 newtons. Of course, in static friction, they must be equal. So P is equals to 100 Newton. So of course, its friction is 100 Newton. So it means that our force is 100 Newton and the frictional force is 100 Newton, so the box is not moving. There is a law of static friction. So the maximum force of static friction is not dependent on the area of contact. So the maximum force of static friction is comparative to the normal force. If the normal force increases, the maximum external force that the object can endure without moving. So, that's all. Thank you.